There's a legal limit. That's what it goes.
Heck yeah.
You see those two people posted up behind the blue building? Those are the two gang members that trashed all the tables and have their people scoping out the area to slash tires and whatnot. I was gonna go over there and interview them. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you want to come with me.
Let's go. You said it's the real gangsters?
Yeah, those are the two gang members. Yeah.
First of all, I don't believe it. Second of all, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no, those are the two guys. You guys just keeping scope for the area? You know, I got the name of the guy who came here for the construction company that day, right? I found his business is all the way on the East Coast. And I found out his family's over on the East Coast too. You know, I got him under investigation, right? That day that they came for the illegal construction, shut that down. The money that was spent, gone and burned up. The LAPD officers that came up to that day, that's a buddy of mine now. Right? So this nonsense that you guys are trying, right? This whole goofy nonsense, this is straight up gang activity, right? You guys are in the gang. Whether or not you want to admit it, you're in a gang and you know it. You're in a gang, right? I got all your homies' names. I know exactly what their businesses are, right? That construction gone thanks to me. Eating up six-figure costs for that. You guys are in a gang and you freaking know it. I ain't scared of you, man. Yeah, get out of here. This ain't your event. I got all your names. I got all the business names too. Go kick rocks. You're not welcome here. That gang shit ain't welcome here, and you know it. It's straight up gang shit. All right? All that shit is straight up gang shit. Coming up and destroying tables with food for what? For what? Straight up gang shit. All right? You can tell yourself whatever you want, but it's straight up gang activity, and you know it. You guys are in a gang. You can tell yourself whatever you need to help yourself sleep at night. But I got all your homies' names. I got all their names of their businesses. All right. I know exactly what they're up to. Right. And they failed. Right. They failed that day, just like you're failing today. I got all their names. All their names. I'm going to get your names too. This isn't a joke, so get out of here. All right. Nobody wants this gang shit in the neighborhood. Nobody wants this gang shit in the neighborhood. You want to watch the scooter? You can go. Yeah, no, two of us are going. This straight up gang activity that you're a part of. All right? And the worst part is, it's the worst kind of gang to get involved with. This is a gang that traffics kids. All right? This is a gang that traffics immigrants, steals their visas, right? Forces them to stay here illegally. And then what do they do with that? What do they do with that? Then they get them slave labor, right? They get them on slave labor working 70 hours a week for $47 a week. That's the gang activity that you're supporting. That's the gang activity that your homies that day supported too. That's the gang that you're involved with. That's straight up gang activity that you guys are a part of. You're in a gang and you know it. You're in a straight up gang. Just like David Sanchez that day, it was literally a convicted criminal hired by Scientology to harass people, to smash their belongings, right? To harass the rest of the people, have their homies patrolling the block, trying to put nails in their tires and slash their tires. That's gang activity. How does that look like to you? What do your families think about trash like that? Is that what you envisioned as your adulthood? That you'd be involved with the Scientology gang? Is that what you envision? Is that what you want? For your cousins, your neighbors, your grandparents, everybody else to know that you're in the gang of Scientology, right? You're in the gang of Scientology, and this is what you're choosing to spend your days on. You're choosing to scope out a neighborhood to slash people's tires, right? To slash people's tires, trying to do illegal construction, doing all sorts of gang shit. This is what you're spending your Sunday on. Entire Sunday dedicated to this. This is the legacy that you're left yourself with. Don't think that people are going to forget about this. Don't think that your neighbors aren't going to hear about this. Don't think your cousin ain't going to hear about this. Everybody you know is going to hear about that you guys are involved in the gang of Scientology, because that's what you are. You guys are in a gang. The worst kind of criminal gang. You're in the criminal gang of Scientology, and you're helping them get away with trafficking kids by doing all this harassment of slashing people's tires, telling your people where to go to harass with their property. That's what your life consists of. That's your legacy. At the very least, right? At the very least, have the guts to say you're proud of it, right? You chose to be here. So say you're proud of it. Say it with your chest that you love aiding and abetting a criminal cult that traffics kids, that enslaves people and steals their visas, right? That steals their visas and forces them to stay here for child labor. That's your legacy. Disgusting. Utterly disgusting.
This is Henry. This is Henry's channel. This is Henry. How are you?
We got Shrimp Commander, aka Seor Commander. We're just keeping the neighborhood safe from gangsters and criminal activity. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Is to make sure that gangsters don't overrun the neighborhood. That gangsters aren't out here slashing tires and trashing down tables. And for David Sanchez, a literal convicted criminal, okay? David Sanchez, literally a convicted criminal, hired by Scientology to harass people. Hired by Scientology to harass people.
But why did... Okay, whatever. Why that two people were standing right there watching all that?
Because they're keeping an eye on where people are going for their cars to park.
Okay, they are keeping an eye.
Yes, and they're texting their friends who are around here.
Two people right there. They can watch us with their monitoring camera system. Why do they need...
Because they have degrees of separation, so that Scientology directly has no part in it. But they're stupid. Those are the same friends that David Sanchez had a while back when people were cooking on L. Ron Hubbard Way. David Sanchez and his goons, including some of those guys, had gone and trashed the tables. That's the problem.
And then that two are Scientologists?
They're part of one of the branches called Narconon, where they try to sell this idea that the only way you can ever heal from any sort of drug addiction is you have to buy more Scientology programming.
No, I'm asking, so are they Scientologists?
They're affiliated with the Narconon program of Scientology. That's how they're in.
They are affiliated, but they are not.
Narconon is owned by Scientology.
So they are Scientologists.
Yes.
Hey, Jesus, I have to ask the question.
It's stupid that way because you need to know the context, unfortunately. This is what they do to try to remove.
But I'm just saying that if you are saying Scientology has all of the camera monitoring everything, why do they need humans? They can watch us in their
It's because of the menacing presence, that's all. They're trying to menace people. That's all it is. It's the menacing presence.
And then second of all, I don't recommend you to walk more than one block because you could be, you see, she.
Oh no, I was gonna stop there. Yeah.
See, he was
Yeah.
better there. You can be charged for.
That's why I was gonna stop there anyway. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. So there you go. You have an interview with gang members.
Come on, I thought it was an interview. There's no interview.
That's the interview.
You were talking.
They're not going to answer anything because they're cowards.
There's no interview.
They're not going to answer anything because they're cowards. That's how it is. So, all right, I'm going to cut this off. You guys can see me on my other channel.
This is Scientology.